Hi everyone, welcome back to the Intro to Building series. I'm Sean, and in this lesson we're going to explore row blocks. Row blocks are essential for layout building in Refoundry, helping structure and align columns within containers. Rows primarily control gutters, the space between columns, and alignment settings through Flexbox principles, helping us control both horizontal and vertical placement of columns. By default, gutters are set to enabled. And you can see we have space in between our columns. When gutters are on, each column gets 0.5 rems of padding on all four sides, which creates 1 rem of total space in between each column. When I turn off the gutter setting, you'll see the columns sit directly next to each other without any padding. In Refoundry, gutters are created with padding, not the Flexbox gap property. While Flexbox gaps are commonly used to add space between elements throughout Refoundry, padding in this implementation provides better control for responsive design, helping us keep the layout consistent across screen sizes. This approach maintains the width of each column within a row without causing any overflow, because padding can be set percentage-wise, whereas gap is a fixed width. And this will sometimes create layout breakage. With padding-based gutters, the background color of a column applies to the entire area, including the padding. As you can see with this second mid-blue coloring, this is the actual background of the individual columns. If I want background elements to sit within the column but don't touch the gutter, I can nest a container inside each column, as I've done here. This nested container allows me to add a background only within the inner area without extending into the gutter padding. This type of flexibility provides a lot of very easy ways to create elaborate and different nested layouts without needing to worry about any layout breakage or restrictions. Now let's dive into flex alignment. Flex settings are a core part of controlling how columns are positioned vertically and horizontally within a row. Let's look at these settings. If I select the Refoundry row and open the flex settings, you can see that nothing is selected. By default, the flex direction is set to row, flex justify is set to start, and flex align is set to stretch. So as I select these, you can see that nothing changes. These are the default values that come with any row block. So when the row's flex direction is set to row, so horizontal, flex align controls the vertical alignment of the columns it contains. With it default set to stretch, you can see the columns are just all maintaining exactly the same height of the tallest child. However, if I set the value to start, which aligns them along the top, then you can see the columns will fit their content and we get this uneven border. If I want to align the columns along the bottom, I select end. And if I would like to center these vertically, I can choose center. When horizontal, flex justify then controls the alignment of the column blocks horizontally. To illustrate this, I will change this one to a little shorter. So I can choose start, which is the default, which means they align on the left-hand side. If I want to align on the right-hand side, I can choose end, or I can choose center. If I'd like to distribute the columns evenly within the space, I can choose space between. Let's look a little more closely at flex direction. So the default is row or horizontal, but I do have a choice to go column, which stacks them vertically. And you can see that it respects the width of the columns, even though they're stacking them vertically and aligning them to start. So now that we're in a flex direction of column or vertical, the controls flex align and flex justify swap. So to control these elements horizontally, I would actually use flex align. And if I wanted to control these items vertically, I would choose flex justify. We also have additional options. I can choose column reverse, which actually reverses the orders of the columns, or I can choose row reverse, which does the same thing but horizontally. You'll notice as well these icons, which means I can set different rules based on desktop, tablet, or phone. So say for example, I'll remove this block here, and I will have these things take up a little bit more space. So say for example, this blue box is an image that I have to the right of some text. And when I move to tablet and I want these objects to be full width, but I don't want the image underneath the text, that's one very good use case for being able to select column reverse, because now I can control where I want this image to be in relation to the text. And that's the power of the row block. By understanding and using gutters and flex alignment, you can create consistent, responsive layouts that look great at any device. In the next lesson, we'll move on to column blocks to take control of individual column settings. If you have any questions or want to learn more, feel free to reach out through our website or book a demo. Happy building, and see you in the next lesson.